1051.
Power 1051 is the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legendary DJ Drama.
DJ Drama!
What up?
It's safe to call Drama legendary at this point. Gangsta Grills.
Absolutely.
Legendary
Thank you, I
mixtape
appreciate
series.
Absolutely.
You know, Angela Yee wants to set you up. She got a whole list of girls that you supposedly had sex with.
Oh my God. You don't do that to
Drama knows I would.
You're not going to do that
Angela
to
wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah, Drama knows I wouldn't do that to him.
Yeah,
Stop
we're
it.
like
Stop
family.
it. Drama is scared of me though, baby.
I saw Drama the other day. He was like, man, that's the hot seat, man. I don't know if I want to come up there.
And you know, because I do this too, so, you know what I'm saying, respectably, I know what I'm dealing with. You got to know what you're dealing with when you come to the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? But Angela used to always try to get me on her other show.
You've been on it. Well, only on the morning show. You never came on the nighttime show.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to, but
You just couldn't at the time. Yeah, whatever.
Blame it on time, yeah.
He'd be right in the same building and not come through, but it's okay.
What would you have asked him if you'd have came on lip service?
Oh man, I had all kinds of
Don't
things.
Yo, why are you giving her the alley-oop though?
Don't do it to drama. Do not do it to drama.
Man,
He's not slick. You're not
Drama
slick.
and I have been in some tight situations together.
Oh, yeah?
Breaking up fights. And
Oh
all kinds-
yeah, we have been. Yeah, we've been into some interesting ones. Make for
Cat
great
fights.
reality TV.
Now, are you
another
doing
story.
Love and Hip Hop of Atlanta? Because it was rumored that
No.
you were doing it.
No, I'm not.
Was it ever gonna happen? Like, was it a consideration?
We talked to Mona. Me and Summer. We spoke to Mona, and they came to us. But we decided not to do it.
Was it
Man,
the
I
money?
love Summer is a wild chick. I love her, but I don't know if she could be on Love and Hip Hop.
That's what I told her.
she
Because you know
cannot-
she knows how to get under people's skin.
Yes, as a matter of fact, when Drama had problems with somebody, Summer would be the main one going in.
Yeah, I mean, the first press release they put out for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta looked great. It was like Drama, Summer, Diamond.
So y'all had heard that.
They put out the press release.
When,
I don't know if it was a
I
press
don't know if it was
release,
a
but it
press
was
release,
like
but it was a
I don't think my name was ever in there though.
But then the new cast, they announced that now.
Yeah, I seen that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there's a couple new artists on there. Lil Scrappy and his girlfriend's on there. Who else? Rashida's on there. And K. Michelle.
You didn't think it would have
And
been a
Stevie
good
J.
look? Because I mean, it's not like you'd have been on there fighting or anything, and everybody you actually have a career. Like you're.
But that's one of the reasons why I didn't do it. Because I have a career. And respect to everybody that is doing it. You know, I have a lot of respect for Mona Scott.
And you watched the show.
Yeah, I've watched it. You know, it's entertaining for what it is. But I had a couple conversations with some very respectable people in the business for advice, and you know, they told me
Right.
probably not.
So you
to
think
do
people
it.
who do those shows don't have a career, basically? So they.
No, I wouldn't
That's
say
not
that.
what he's saying.
I would.
Drama's saying that he got too much dirt and he don't want it out there. And if he does that shit, it's going to come out. So please leave it alone.
I'm not saying that, but at the same time, I mean, you know, you do put your put your private life on television. And I mean, truth be told, even for me, regardless of dirt or no dirt, you know, I have two beautiful little girls that I care very much about, and they're at that age when they're in school. And you know, I mean, when you put yourself in the public, you gotta face everything. You know what I'm saying? And I even talked to some about it, like, you know, all the things we go through and you see on Twitter, like you become that.
Right.
You know, that trending topic, like.
Do you ever tell somebody to chill out on Twitter? She be wildin'. I be like, what
Nah,
is Drama saying?
it's entertaining.
It is.
Yeah, you know. I mean, she's very she's very intelligent with it. So you know,
my
her
God, she be
Instagram
ready-
is better than her Twitter.
I love her Instagram. She
Yeah.
posts the most random stuff. She be
Nah,
ready
I
to
tell
throw
her
down.
she needs to do comedy, man. I mean, you might need to holler at her.
Yeah, we had some great, fun, drunk conversation. We talked about you.
I bet y'all did. We talk about you too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do y'all talk about when it comes to Angela Yee?
We just asked, like, what's your relationship situation like now?
I'm single.
Oh, this is a good question. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, that's
So-
I
Why,
always
Why,
like
you
to
guys
come
see
back.
what I'm with somebody or
Keep
something?
going.
I mean, she has friends. We have friends.
All right.
Yeah. Are you looking?
Someone might try to get me involved in some craziness, though.
Nah.
Because Angela Yee is tight with the box. She don't give up that box to nobody.
That
At
vagina
all.
hasn't been working in a long
in
time.
years. When the last time you had sex, Yee?
What time is it?
We're not talking about with your own finger. We're talking about with a real.
Hello, we're interviewing DJ Drama
you're
right
right.
now.
Sorry.
Sheesh.
Good job, Drama.
Drama has a lot of Skype sex. That's all I do know for sure.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
I barely have ever been on Skype.
Oh, well.
We call Apple
Summer
iChat.
said,
When you have a Mac, it's iChat.
Yeah, iChat.
Oh,
that's,
iChat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
You
what
better
I'm
watch
gonna
it. That's
go
how
to,
Tyson Beckford just got caught out there.
somebody taped it?
She taping,
absolutely.
Skyping,
45 minutes.
And masturbating.
Nice. It's real
Having
out here.
conversations about
Oh my
Tyrese.
gosh, Drama be masturbating on iChat. I can't.
I would never-
What are we talking
I would
about here?
never listen to the Gangsta Grills drop the same.
But you see what you're saying though?
Yeah.
Now imagine if I was on one of those television shows.
Right.
That's true. I just don't see how they can make you look crazy though, because like
Man,
Oh, they'll definitely make.
let's put it like this: they do what they want to do. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I feel even a show like T.I. show is different is because you can clearly tell who has creative control in what situations. And when I watch Love and Hip Hop, when I watched the first season, I'm like, yo, that whole scenario was set up. Like that was put here. They told them to do this, and
But Jama's a pretty chill, calm dude, so they will definitely put you in some situations to take you out of your element.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm about this music.
Now let's get to the
It's
music.
money.
Yeah.
Your man Charlamagne hated your first single. This new
I
single.
know. I heard about
Yeah,
that.
hate is a
No, I
strong
heard
No,
that.
he hated it. You
No,
said you said it was trash.
He didn't like
on
the
the air. Then he said it on the air
Oh, yeah,
too.
he said he
No, I
can't
heard about
believe how
that.
Drama could put
Jeezy.
Jeezy,
Yes,
Ludacris,
and Luda on a weak
Tip,
track.
and Future on one track and it be so whack.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
Khaled had the
Yeah.
same artist, it would be a much better
movie.
record.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
I didn't hear
He
that
said
either.
No, yeah.
He said he didn't
He
like
said
the
that.
beat,
I said I
though.
didn't like the beat.
Now,
said-
how do you feel about the record?
I still don't like it. I like Drake's verse on the, and, you
told
know,
me that
and,
last
and,
night.
and that's how you know I'm not a hater because I don't rock with Drake, but I like Drake's verse on the remix.
And I told him in advance because I heard that and I hit him and I said, "Yo, I heard you ain't like the record." You know, he's a very honest guy. He said, "No, I'm not. I wasn't really feeling it." And I was like, "You know, you're really not gonna like the remix."
If you hate this record, you're really
It
good.
was just a beat though, because like when I saw it on Twitter, it was like, yo, DJ Drama, we in this bitch. T.I., Ludacris, Future, Jeezy. I'm like, yo, this about to be crazy. Man,
I mean, to my credit though, I think on my track record, I've had more likes from Charlamagne
Right.
than dislikes. So.
absolutely.
Listen,
Okay,
it's a
he's
good
not
record.
gonna
And,
like
and the
everything.
record is
I
doing
appreciate
well,
it.
so it can't be. Maybe you had something in your ears.
Listen, everybody's not gonna like
Yeah, it's just
everything.
one man's
Like, he doesn't
opinion.
like it. He likes the Drake version.
Yeah.
And that's saying something.
And I don't even like Drake, but Drake bodied that record.
And he killed it.
He killed that record.
Killed
All right, now what's up with I saw 50s in the hospital and you sent him some stuffed animals.
What is up with that, Drum? Now I saw that this morning.
Real
on the
men
YBF.
Why
don't
did you send
send
him
other
those
men
stuffed
stealth
animals?
animals.
Drum.
Let me look in y'all camera real quick.
Real men don't send other men
Stuffed
stuffed animals.
animals.
They were cute stuffed animals, but it was weird. It was like
I was like, how
elephant.
Definitely
I was
uncomfortable.
like, how close did y'all get when y'all did this mixtape?
50 Cent has a very comedic staff. They like to joke around a lot. They like to do a lot of funny things. And yeah, I guess they thought that was funny.
What, to make fun of the stuffed animals you sent?
I didn't send no stuffed animals.
Okay, just let me clear that up.
That looked weird. I saw the picture
it
on the
was funny.
YBF, and I was like,
Oh, they put it on YBF?
Yeah.
That's why I saw that. And I was
Y'all
like,
didn't really believe that though. Like,
Oh, I did. I know John is a
that,
sensitive.
first thing I was like, nah, Drama didn't.
He's a nice guy, but come
oh,
on.
full of it.
I'm
Cut
not
it out.
no stuff there, man.
A little bit.
Nah, it didn't come from me though.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on with the mixtape with Fifth?
It's good. It sounds good. You know, I'm excited to do it. You know what I mean? Just with being in this position, truthfully, because you know to have my brand and you know I kind of feel like it'll get people back excited about 50 Cent. You know what I mean? He's somebody that I came up on in the mixtape game. You know, and he said something in an interview recently, like just about you know when a person gives somebody a mixtape and says, "Yo, check me out," that comes from him. You know, and that's real talk. Like I look at the mixtape game, there was a pre 50 Cent mixtape game and a post 50 Cent mixtape game, and I'm a product of the post 50 Cent mixtape game. So you know, for us to be coming together and doing this project, you know, it's a good look.
So Down with the King, what year was that?
Down with the King came out 04.
04, okay.
Nah, before Fifth, I mean, before that era, I was, you know, slanging tapes myself.
Yeah, and
At
the
that
PSC
point.
had the In the Streets Volume 1, 2.
But all those came, all that came after.
That was after?
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, the game changed once Fifth really, you know, before Fifth, like, everybody was just spitting 16s on MV tapes
Yeah,
and
they-
Clue
okay,
tapes
got
and,
you.
you know, just bodying beats. And then he switched it and started remaking people's songs better than the originals. And then,
As a voice in hip hop, what do you think 50 has to do to get hot again? Because the Big Ten mixtape was dope.
Yeah.
But nobody cared.
I mean, I think that's one of the blessings of my brand and what I do. You know what I mean? So that's what I hope to achieve. Because I feel the same way. Big Ten was crazy. I liked War Angel. You know, Fifth is still making somewhat of the same music that he's making. He's in a different space that he was in them early years, but you know, I'm gonna make people pay attention.
I think also the fact with Fifth, you want to hear him collaborate with more people. You know what I mean? Love G Unit to death, but we didn't heard 15,000 G Unit albums, whether it's mixtapes, whether it's albums. And now when you open up and he could do something with 2 Chainz on Ride and do something where you know it just broadens it a little more.
I think, well, I mean, not to get off track, but I think with Fifth, he came out making such honest music. And as he grew, you know, and got more money and stuff like that, we knew he wasn't living like that no more, but he kept talking like that. Like, even on the Ride remix, he killed it as far as the flow. But the content, he's like, he told me he got codeine in his cup. Like, Fifth, we know you don't drink no codeine. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Did you have a conversation with him like that? Like,
I mean, you know, I went over some of the records with him, and you know, some of them I named, but overall, from what I heard, the music was good. You know what I mean? I'm not one that's gonna tell anybody about their lyrics or change them or so forth like that, because I'm not a rapper myself. But you know, I think that's one of the things that created that space where it was difficult for them, because when you get to that level, and you know, we all know 50. Like 50 came up, you know, with G Unit, you know, a lot of people, he didn't do a lot of collaborations and so forth. So then when you put yourself in that space, it's hard to, you know, exactly backtrack and get back and working with.
What do you think about the overall state of hip hop? Period, in general.
I'm in a good space. I'm still rocking.
I think a lot of people think that all they need is a Gangsta Grills mixtape and they're set. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize it's a lot more than just saying, all right, I'm going to get Drama to do my mixtape. It's going to be Gangsta Grills, and now I'm good to go. Now I'm on the map.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Prime example, one of the best case scenarios in recent time, 2 Chainz. You know, I mean, 2 Chainz, even at one point in his career, said, I'm the hottest in the city without a Gangsta Grills. You know, and that was maybe three some years ago. And I remember when I heard it, and I took it as a compliment at that time. And, you know, when we did our tape, True Religion, you know, it was perfect timing, or even on the tape he says perfect griming, you know, the grind and timing. And that's how you come and use my brand. You know, he did a lot of leg work, you know, and then we did a tape right when he was at his, as a peak, you know, it was about to, you know, be in a position he's in now. And, you know, I think that's where my brand comes into play. You know, I mean, like I said on the new Dream Chasers too, like, I'm a student of the game, so you know I've studied it and I've watched it, and you know a lot of winners before me, a lot of winners after me. But like when it comes to the mixtapes and the streets, and nobody's had a run like mine.
Absolutely not.
Do people ever try to get you to rap? Really?
I gotta argue that. Clue had a long run. Clue had a long run.
What took you so long to stand up, though?
Mixtapes to see, because I thought I had to
Don't forget,
Can we talk years?
Envy is Clue's
Think
son.
about it.
Can we-
Think about it. Clue went from tapes.
From what year?
Did the CDs.
Okay.
Did the albums. So 3 albums, 2
I mean,
sold a
Clue's
million, one
legendary.
with gold.
Very
No
legendary.
doubt. Yeah, Clue's legendary.
You know, one of the first ones to do the Bad Boy mixtape.
He the first DJ to go platinum.
And I say if there is any argument, Clue would be the only person.
Clue,
that could
I don't
be in that
know,
argument.
I think you think Clue and Drama when you think mixtapes.
Period.
So what about rapping Drama?
I mean, you know, when on my Twitter they say, you know, they say I am to now what Clue was.
And I agree with that.
Okay.
You
Absolutely.
know, so that's the only fair argument.
And it's a
Only
good one.
fair
It's a good argument, and it's a good class.
And shout out to DJ Clue. He's the only one that could solve this, really.
Clue's definitely a legend. So what do you want to just do? You're not on the label right now. Right?
Yeah, I'm actually on E1. I did my last album, the album that Omar was on over there. You know, I was on Atlantic before that. Got my own situation at E1. This project is on there as well.
How do y'all make money? Like I asked Khaled the same thing. Like how do you make money off the records? Because you got all these artists on the record.
You got
Yeah.
producers.
Yeah.
Publishing checks are nice.
Okay.
You know, I travel a lot.
Shows. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Shout to datpiff.com. You can always get my exclusive mixtapes there.
What's your favorite Gangsta Grills that you've ever done?
I don't know if I could.
What do you
pick
think was the
one.
most legendary for people? Like, what was the most popular?
I mean,
Good
truth be
question.
told, I had to do a top 10 list of the most legendaries. I could try to. But then there was some of the newer ones.
So what's
But
top 3?
Top 3, my years that really got me to where I am is 04 Down with the King,
Absolutely.
05 Trap or Die,
And
and
the
then
dedications.
06 Dedication 2, Over the Top.
What was the most downloaded popular one?
Recently it's been Dream Chasers 2.
Oh
But-
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's been real crazy. Down with the King and Dedication, and the crazy thing is Down with the King and Dedication came out like a month apart.
Wow.
But you know, I couldn't go nowhere in the country without hearing.
Did you ever have like the artist step to you? Like did the Flip or anybody ever step to you because of Down with the Kings? Because you know we hear stories about Wu-Kid getting thrown in the trunk because of his affiliation
Nah,
with G-Unit.
he never stepped to me about that. But more recently, I ran into him in a club. And
No Flip?
Yeah, in Houston.
Damn, I thought he was dead. He's
Where's
alive?
he? Doing?
Nah,
He's alive,
Was it a rumor that
man.
did he die?
There was not a rumor that he died.
No, man,
Stop
Flip's
it.
alive, man.
He's just been quiet.
I ran into him, and we dabbed each other up, talked with him, and he had a camera. and then I wound up at the beginning of his video, like
Drum.
like
gosh.
that was the co-sign.
That's when
Wow.
clear somebody should have been there and been like, "Hey, Drum, it's time to go. We gotta go to the bathroom." Something. It's like, come on, no, man.
But you know, I mean,
Maybe
Nobody
you do
saw it.
Maybe you could do a little flip against the girls.
nah, he actually turned me down.
What?
Yeah, way
No.
even before all the Down with the King, I wanted to do a tape with him and his manager. like,
Jokes on him.
Yeah,
Now Flip used to feel himself back
They
then.
said nah.
Feel himself. Like when Flip was
Yeah.
popping, feel
He
himself.
told me nah.
T.I. put him right in his place. T.I. caught a body with that. That was a body.
That was serious.
That T.I. Ja ruled Little Flip before 50 Ja ruled Ja Rule.
It's hard.
No, it was after.
It was after?
Yeah, it was after. It was
Why does it seem like it was before? I guess I was down south, so I wasn't really paying.
Yeah, that's what
you
it
know what I
was.
mean?
It's hard though because you're affiliated with artists and then other artists don't get along. But now I'm the DJ here, so now I'm in the middle of this
Mm-hmm.
and that. And then you gotta kind of stand by the side of the person who you're working with, even though you have nothing to do with it. It's just part of it, especially
mean-
in Atlanta.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I've been in those type of situations, in different situations. But truth be told, at the end of the day, like, you know, I think, and Envy could probably back me up. I think artists understand and respect, and even in our positions, you know, even with personal relationships, it's still about the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to respect that. You know, I mean, I believe in loyalty, and I definitely have friends and people I came up with, and, you know, I stand by that as well. But the music is the music, and my job as a DJ is to play the music that the
And
the
try to
people
be
wanna hear.
unbiased at the same.
and try to be unbiased and be unbiased.
Absolutely. Do you still feel competition with other DJs?
Nah, more like camaraderie. You know, I think I'm at a point where I feel like in my career I'm proven. You know, I look at the other DJs that are on my level. I think that, you know, we can set an example for the younger cats.
Who's doing mixtapes now?
I don't know.
So there's no
Scream
competition.
Scream is doing mixtape.
Scream.
Ill Will.
Yeah.
Who else?
MLK sometime.
Don Cannon still does something?
Cannon, of course. Shout to Cannon. It's,
I don't know.
it's,
Yeah,
it's tough, man. You know, a lot of the artists started coming out and
Doing
not
their
using
own.
DJs,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because I started to think like, man, if this keeps happening, what's going to happen? Because they're not giving new DJs the same opportunities when the new artists are not using the DJ. Like, you know, I came up because of people like Tip and Jeezy, and you know, when they were fresh and we were building together. But you know, when the hot new artist is coming out with no DJ, it's like you don't give that opportunity to a young guy coming up in the same instance. So
Are you focused on like trying to build Philly up the way Atlanta's built up right now? Because you are from Philly originally.
man, that's gonna be tough. Philly's a tough city.
So you just meeking nothing else.
Nah, hopefully the doors will open. See, the thing about Philly is the talent is there. It's the opportunities and the outlets that have always been such a problem within our city, you know. And because of that, over time, it's created a kind of a monkeys in a barrel type of city. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think I'm glad to see Meek in his position, and the city's embracing him. They love him. He's been hot for a minute. And
I think it's crabs in the brow too.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
monkeys.
Confused me. I was like monkeys in the
Monkeys
barrel.
will get right out of the barrel really quick.
I was like, damn, Philly's f***ed up for real. They got monkeys in their barrel, not crabs. So what do you think of that state of the Atlanta hip hop scene?
I think it's good. You know, Future's popping, 2 Chainz is popping, keeping the city fresh. A lot of young kids, you know, doing music and coming up.
I mean, I'm a huge 2 Chainz fan, but like, do you think the new guys like the Travis Porter, the Futures, you think they're gonna have careers like Luda and Jeezy and T.I.?
I think I can't tell. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say yes or no. You know what I mean? I respect everybody, and I mean, truth be told, you know, they deserve a lot of credit for bringing a lot of energy to the city. You know what I'm saying? Because even when, you know, Tip was locked up, and you know, Jeezy may have been on the road with Jay-Z on a whole nother plane, you know, it was people like Travis Porter, it was people like Roscoe Dash, it was people like 2 Chainz and Future that was, you know, making sure Atlanta was still, you know, a hotbed for talent and music, and people were paying attention to it. I mean, I went to the Drake tour in Vegas about a week ago, and when Drake brought 2 Chainz back on to do No Lie, you know, I looked at him on that stage and I was like, man, he's a star.
Absolutely.
He's a star. So, you know, I definitely think he's a very intelligent guy. He's been here for a minute. I think he's going to have a good run.
All right.
And with Future, like, when you come to Atlanta, I mean, it's 45 minutes of our Future in the club, like, on Smash.
He makes great records.
Great
He
records.
can't rap, but he makes great records.
You know what he reminds me of? Charlemagne, like when I think about Future too, and I don't want this to be taken out of context, but it's like a reggae artist, like a Sizzler or something, like a real cult following, great club records. You know, then he has records like Turn on the Lights. That's you know what I mean, just give you that certain feel. You know, that's what I think about him. So and he comes from the Dungeon family lineage. You know what I mean, from Rico Wade and Outkast, and you know, so his bloodline is extensive in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Well, Drama, we look forward to seeing you on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah, all right. I haven't even seen the cameras around town, so.
Oh, you haven't? I heard
Nah,
there was a fight on the
signed-
very first episode.
I heard that too. I've signed no release, so
You had a little bit of drama too, though. You were in the news, in the gossip blogs.
man, you know, I mean, I try
Leave
to stay
Drama
out.
alone.
What?
man.
It was.
Life is good though. Quality street music. All that.
When is that? What's the release date for that?
Probably early July.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1 DJ Drama.
Just made it out.